So for today, we will need either a yoga block or a foam roller or a chair or rolled up towel, something to kind of help support you in some of these positions. We're going to start from the top going down in our body a little bit. So we're just going to start, addressing the neck and the shoulders, maybe down our arms, any kind of tightness if we have from sitting in our chairs, tightness with our rolled shoulders and our neck, looking at this desk or kind of hunched over, especially with our stress. We start to get really tight in our chest, in the front of our neck. So we kind of want to address some of those areas where our pain might be feeling it in the back of our neck. It really might be because we're pulling and stretching them so much that it's causing pain because we're pulling everything forward with everything being tight in the front. So we're going to start, just with quick and simple breathing. Always want to breathe through our exercises. So our shins are crossed, we're sitting up nice and tall. We're going to inhale, roll our shoulders up to our ears. Exhale, pinch them back and down. Good. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, roll them back and down. And really press them down and away when you go down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, back and down. One more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale. Good. Find some stillness. Maybe you're rolling those shoulders naturally on the back a little bit more. As we sit up tall, we're going to take our chin, pull it back. So we're kind of creating this double chin. Drop it down to either our neck or our chest to kind of keep that length of that spine. Really lengthen that spine as you pull that chin in, back to center. We're again going to keep the spine, the neck lifted as we put that chin to the sky. And we're going to flow through this 3 times. Down and up. Keep the shoulders back. That's 2. And up. Neutral. Down. Deep breaths. And up. Last one. Chin down. And up. And back to neutral. So you might have already felt some tightness. You might have felt some stretch or pain in the back, upper shoulders. And that's a good thing. It just makes you more aware of where your tightness is. So I'm going to sit up nice and tall. You can do this standing, you can do this sitting. I'm going to take my right hand, or maybe it looks left to you, I'm not sure. I'm going to grab the inner arm or my inner elbow behind my body, rolling my shoulders back and keeping my spine lifted. I'm going to take my left ear to my left shoulder. So I'm still standing up nice and tall, still lengthening, but I'm having this anchored down right shoulder as I press my head away and back to center. Same thing, other side. We're just going to hold it for a few seconds to kind of warm those muscles up. We don't want to hold or go into too deeply. So I'm going to grab my arm, roll my shoulder onto the back of my left arm, right ear to right shoulder. Deep breaths. And back to center. Other side. Right arm behind our back. Shoulders back, sit up tall, left ear, left shoulder. Back to center. One last time. Left arm behind, right ear, right shoulder. And back back to center. All right, feeling hopefully a little bit better. Maybe we got to take some stress or pain away on those traps, which kind of comes down from our neck. So another good thing that you can do with this movement is when you have your arm behind you, if you have like a lacrosse ball and you have an object like a doorway, you definitely want to use something where you're in the doorway, and you can put that here and then kind of go down and press gently, mild discomfort into that doorway. And that's just another area if you need to attack this tightness, that's a little bit harder to get on the top. It's easier to get below, but anyway. So we're just gonna go with this theme again. We're gonna use our rolled up towel, so kind of roll it up like a foam roller, or you can use your block, or you can use your foam roller itself. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this along the spine, and we're gonna still open up and work on opening up that chest by using gravity. So I'm going to put this so it's nice and supported. Maybe you use two objects where you use the block for your head to kind of help support it if you want. If not, let that neck fall back, but you might want something to kind of ease yourself into that to start. So I'm going to gently, keeping the core engaged, lay back so my hips are coming up to keep that spine long. I'm resting my head on the block, but it's not necessary. And we're going to extend or roll our shoulders open, so shoulder blades on the back, and we're going to extend our arms nice and long, extending through the fingertips. So if you have a lot of tightness in your front shoulder, your right here, or your chest, you might feel this down your bicep, which means when you open up those fingertips, you might feel it even more, or might naturally start to curve in. So try to take deep breaths here. Keep that core engaged, keep the glutes engaged to kind of help support you. We're focusing on that upper body. If you need to, straighten the arms a little bit more. If it's too painful to straighten your arms, keep a little bend and keep working on it. Deep breath, roll those shoulders onto the back, and just be aware of how you're holding your body. If you're holding any stress in or tension in your jaw, relax your jaw. And so sorry, for space reasons you don't see my other arm doing the same thing, but you would. So make sure both sides are doing the same thing. We're going to start at our hands at the bottom, fingertips towards their heels. Extend long, and we're going to do like a snow angel. So we're going to extend those arms long, extend those fingertips, and open up all the way to the sky. Hands are at the top of our mat. Keep the elbows and arms long. It's okay if it lifts off the ground. And we're coming back down nice and slow. Good. We're going to breathe in and reach our arm up above our head. And exhale it back down. One more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale it back down. All right, we're going to keep our elbows pointing towards our heels. Bring our hands out to a 90 degrees. And then we're going to take our elbow and bring those out to a 90 degree. So we're kind of already in this, 90 degree. We're going to just open up, and it's okay if our elbow comes up off the ground. If you want to reset where our hands are to the sky, bend the elbows, and then open up. Just another way to kind of let gravity take its course here. Let the elbow and the palms face towards the ground. Again, keep the core tight. I'm pressing through my heels for some balance. to relax. So if you want to take this further, after practice, you can always extend the arm open overhead and come back down to that position. So extending overhead and coming back down. If you also want to get a little bit deeper in the stretch for the neck, make sure that you're keeping everything engaged as you take any kind of support off the head, and let that neck and arms kind of go opposite of each other. Rolling to one side, nice and gentle, before pressing up. We don't want any kind of, stress that re-engaged there. All right, so we really worked on that front side, but we're gonna work on that back side a little bit, and then we're gonna get to that lower back and hips. So, or kind of at the same time. So we're gonna get into our child's pose, knees wide, feet together. Just sit on back. If you want to do a couple rock back and forths before you stay there. Just kind of opening up those hips before you go back down. Extend those arms long, chest comes through, and relax. Deep breaths. One more breath. And exhale, come back to all fours. So bring our hands under our shoulders. Our knees are going to stay wide. And we're going to take our right hand into the center of our chest. So it's still in line with our shoulders, but just in the middle. I'm going to take my left arm and I'm going to sweep it across my body. And then I'm going to exhale and open up. Keep pressing through the ground. We're just getting a nice twist here. Come back down, so sweep under. And exhale, twist. One more time. Sweep under, inhale. Exhale, twist and open to the sky. And then now we're going to take that arm and feed it through under our right arm. We can extend this right arm above us, drop our head, drop our shoulder, come a little sideways, and we're going to stretch behind the left shoulder. Our hips are going to be slightly behind our knees. We're really focusing on staying upright, having that, hopefully you can hear me still, having that left hand pressing into the ground, twisting and opening up. You can get or find a bind here if you'd like. Working on the back of the shoulder blade. 2 more breaths. And on your exhale, unbind and gently press back up. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So our left hand comes in the center. Our right hand, we're going to sweep under, inhale. Exhale, we're going to twist to the right, opening up to the sky. You might feel the inner thigh stretch even. Inhale and exhale. Again, inhale, reach under. Exhale, twist a little more. And then bring our hand down, feed it under for our exhale. You can extend the arm, or you can find the bind, pressing and keeping the right arm lengthened, pressing it into the ground. And we're reaching up towards the sky. You can keep your arm open if you'd like as well. Whatever works for you. Last breath. And on the exhale, press on up. One more thing here for our shoulders to kind of get down our triceps, into our lats. So we're you can keep your child's pose position with your legs. We're gonna keep our foam roller, or you can use a block, or you can use a chair, or any kind of object that you can pressure either your wrists or your palms on top. If you're using the roller, you can roll on out. We're just getting a little bit deeper into this child's pose stretch while also engaging into our arms a little bit more with a lifted surface. So we're going to go back down into a child's pose, but we're pressing our arms forward, rotating them down to the ground. We're pressing the palms into that object. Deep breaths through the shoulders or through the side body. Dropping the chest to the ground a little bit more. 2 more breaths. And on your exhale, come on up. All right. Hopefully you're feeling nice and stretched out at the top. We're gonna attack our hips a little bit more here. We usually do our hips, so hopefully, we just got a little bit more upper body. We're gonna take our left foot forward, and we're in this half kneeling position. So in this half kneeling position, I'm gonna tuck my tailbone under, squeeze my hamstring, squeeze my glute, and try to stack my head, shoulder, hip, and knee. That's to make sure we're sitting upright. When we tuck our tailbone under really hard, we're opening up this hip flexor and getting nice and deep there. So we're gonna breathe in, reach up high to the sky, and exhale, come on down. Good, inhale, reach up high to the sky. Maybe we interlace our fingers, press up, and exhale, come on down. I'm gonna face this way for a second. So inhale, reach up. Maybe we look up here. Exhale, come on down. Only thing I'm moving is, breathing in and stretching from the upper body. Inhale, reach up, press up, interlace the fingers here, and we're gonna lean over with an exhale past our bent knee. Back to center and relax. We're gonna do it again. So from the side angle, inhale, reach up. Keep that tailbone tucked. Reach high. Exhale over that bent knee. Back to center. Good. I'm going to take my foot. I'm going to move it forward about 2 inches. Keep that tailbone tucked under. Spine lengthened as I rock forward and back. Good. Rock forward. Keep that heel down and back. Rock forward, getting deeper each time, and back. This one I'm going to rock forward and stay. Again, I have my foam roller. You can use a block for balance if you need some help here. We're just opening up, getting that nice little bend here. Deep breaths. Keep those glutes engaged, hamstrings engaged. We have active legs here for our balance. And then on our exhale next, we're going to bring our hands down to the ground. And again, you can extend these out long and wide, or you can bring it elbows to the knee. Deep breaths. Walking our hands back. We're going to straddle this front foot, and we're going to sit our hips back, straightening the front leg. I like to tuck my back toes for a little balance. And we're just folding forward, stretching the left hamstring. So keep those toes to the sky. Shift those hips so they're nice and square to the front of your mat. Lengthen that spine if you need. And you can either stay here or you can fold forward even more. I am good here. That's how tight my hamstrings are this morning. Again, you only want mild discomfort. Last breath. And on your exhale, re-bend into that knee and sit on up, pressing through that front heel. Same thing, other side. So right knee comes in front. Again, stacking the hip, shoulder, and knee. Tucking that tailbone under. We're going to breathe in, reach up high to the sky. Exhale, come on down. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, come on down. Inhale, reach up. You can interlace the fingers. Exhale, come on down. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale to the right. Inhale, reach up, back to center. Exhale, hands come down. Kind of get the blood coming back down. Inhale, reach up, interlace the fingers. Exhale to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, hands come down. Let's do it one more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, come on down. Good, we're gonna get into that left hip a little bit more. So I'm taking my foot just about 2 inches, maybe forward, keeping that tailbone and all the legs are engaged here. We're gonna rock forward and back. Already hearing some pops here, so you know, gotta go gentle. Rock forward and back. Rock forward and back. Last one, rocking forward. We're gonna hold here, get a little bit deeper, and we're gonna keep this nice bend, so keeping that chest upright. If you wanna look to the sky or extend the arms, you can. If not, we're gonna bring those hands down in front of us. We can extend them long. We can come to our elbows. We can come to a block, or even use your foam roller, as long as it's kind of stable, as your block. We're just gonna breathe deeply, keep those toes nice and long, extending that back leg, and breathing into that bottom or back hip. Keep opening it up, pressing the tops of the toes into the ground. And on your next exhale, walk those hands back up, straddle the front toe, tuck the back toes, and sit on back. You can use a block, or you could use whatever you're using for today if you want, for, you know, support if you'd like, if you need it. It's always that option. Again, mild discomfort. We're just doing our half split. Getting our hamstrings, toes are to the sky, making sure my hips are square to the front, and always, always making sure I'm taking deep breaths. Two more. And exhale, we're going to re-bend that knee and sit on up. Good, we're gonna finish today with a little double pigeon, because I know we love that. All right, so to get into this position, we're gonna sit with our shins crossed, sitting up tall. We're gonna take our one leg, let's say our right leg. We're gonna take the ankle. Or help place it up and above on top of our left knee, or just on our thigh at least. We're gonna kind of press this knee away, sit up nice and tall. And again, only mild discomfort. So if you aren't really feeling it and you wanna, and you can fold all the way forward, that's great. We're just gonna fold forward, keep, and make sure those back hips are pressing into the ground. We're kind of sending that energy back and down as we reach forward with our chest and that long spine. So really think about that energy of the hips pressing down as you fold forward. You know, you can find whatever is comfortable for your hands, for balance. And as always, breathing deeply. 2 more breaths. Maybe you notice it's loosening up. Now, if you're finding this is too much or you're having a hard time getting into this position, you can always take it one where you're here, it's crossing over and that leg's extended, arms are behind you. If you take your last breath on that position, you can come on out. We're gonna get ready for the other side. Sharing just some options though. So you can just stay here and work on just sitting up tall. If that's easy, then you bring and work your leg in, keeping that spine lifted and the knee away. This is figure 4. All right, so find your option. All right, left leg, ankle over the right thigh, sitting up nice and tall. And you can fold forward if you're there. If not, you can stay just where you are, lengthen that spine like me. Again, only mild discomfort. Deep breaths into that back hip before you fold forward. And gently ease into that. Good, a few more breaths here. Again, sending the hip energy once you start leaning forward, back behind you. Kind of anchoring them to the ground. 2 more breaths. Last one. And come on out. All right, thank you for joining me today. Again, there's a bunch of different options or ways to do some of these exercises, and you can always kind of increase them if you'd like in different ways, or spend time doing it after the class. If you do a replay, you can always pause the video and spend more time on it if you need before moving on to the next pose. All right, thank you guys for joining me.